Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another live stream. Today we're going to be making some onion soup, some French onion soup. Let me repeat that again. Some onion soup. So for anyone out there that wants a nice, easy, yummy, delicious meal that you can prepare anytime and just kind of like set it on the stove, set it and forget it, then stay tuned for some easy, yummy, delicious onion soup. Yeah, we got the bread, we got the whole nine, so we're gonna do the proper, French onion soup out here today. All right, and we're also gonna be making some, coconut cookies. So just in case you've got yourself some extra time on your hands while you're waiting for the soup to cook, well, guess what? You can make yourself some cookies. Now, again, if you're too busy, to make these cookies and you want to just buy them, that's totally fine. You can, do other stuff around the house while this makes in the background. But since, we're doing a show here, we got to kill that time. So we're going to be making some cookies. So coconut cookies, because I got a bunch of extra coconut that I want to get rid of. And I like coconut. And I saw this video on coconut cookies and then just like, let's make some coconut cookies with the French onion soup. So if you're ready for a lot of fun, a lot of hilarity, and a lot of cooking, then stay tuned. Let me roll the intro real quick so I can make sure everything's running correctly with all the cables and everything's going to the right places. And we'll be right with you in a few seconds. All right, let's make some onion soup. You guys ready to rock and roll? I know I'm ready to rock and roll. So today's episode, again, like I said, we're just making some easy peasy French onion soup. Now, one of the main ingredients here, to French onion soup is besides the onions, the obvious onions, is the stock. We're gonna have some stock, and so a lot of times, what people do is that they make a stock first, and then with that stock, they just go on ahead and they, sorry, just trying to get this thing over here under control. Shout out to everyone out there watching. But yeah, basically, once you make that stock, then from there, that's where you just, basically make the rest. You know what I mean? Like you add the onions, some spices, you add a little bread, a little cheese, and you're ready to go. So that's where we're at. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna get started on this. This takes a long time. It's a process, all right, as they like to say, and the peoples. All right. So what we're gonna be doing, all right. Step number one is that you need to make. Okay. Oh, you gotta get this. It's like there you go, man. Like when you're when you clean and you have one of those sponges and then one of those little hairs get stuck in one of. Come on, get in there. Okay, then we got it. Okay, we're good. So we should use this big ass pot, all right? And we're gonna fill it with the onion. Okay. I like to say the onion like that because, well, that's the French term, and we're making French onion soup. You know, there's many onion soups, but we're making the French onion in this case. Okay, so let's get started with that. But before we got all this, we got all kinds of shit everywhere, man. Yeah. What's going on here? Before we start with that, though, you know, we got this bread. Look at this. So this is like some artisanal bread or what have you that we found. I think someone gave this to us. But anyways, you can keep bread in the freezer and it stays and holds for a while. All right, just FYI. So, you know, I got tired of using the bread that we have here locally. I mean, it's great. I love the bread out here locally, but I can't really find like a good crusty bread unless I go to specialty stores, and I'm not going to go to a specialty store to get a piece of hard bread. That's basically day-old bread, old bread. That's what you need in this recipe. That's one of the main ingredients, you know, is that bread and the cheese, you know what I mean, that goes over the top. So what we're going to be doing here is, I got some bread here now. It's not French bread, unfortunately. It's not the perfect bread. I see there's a few seeds in here. It's not rye bread, so we're good there. So what we're going to end up doing is, I'm just going to cut a few kind of chunks, because what we got to do here, let me show you real quick so you can get an idea. All right. So, there, hold on. I'm gonna show you the bowls I got available. And you can do the same thing. You know, you gotta go when you're at home. Shout out to Barbara Johnson. Thank you very much. Shout out to everyone watching out there. So when you're making your soup, you know, one of the things you gotta kind of like consider is the bowl you got, you know what I mean? And the bread, as it goes in there. So I'm thinking to myself, I think in this case, the best bowl might be to use is something like this. I also have cups, regardless, it's gonna be a deeper bowl. You want something deep, you know? This is deep, but it's kind of shallow, so maybe not the greatest, but if this is the only thing you got, you know, you work with this. But let's kind of like, you know what I mean, like the bread situation. So let's just real quick, this is the bowl. All right, so what we're gonna do is just cut like a nice, let me see, hopefully the music isn't too loud. We just cut like a nice, you know, chunk like that. All right, and then that chunk, you know, you're gonna cut it, okay, into two pieces. All right, and then you're gonna fit it in there, and then you see, bam, you're good to go. Okay, you see? So, since you got that, that's it, that's perfect, all right? So we got another piece, boom, okay? We're good to go. All right, so what I'm actually gonna do is, I'm gonna cut a few of these. Well, you know what, I think that's enough. I don't wanna go too hardcore, just in case. All right, so, you know, I think I'm gonna put this in a new bag. So now, I'm gonna put this guy away. So put this back in the freezer, okay? I just wanted to get that out of the way first. So I'm just gonna put this bread aside. We'll get working on toasting it later. But I wanted to do that first because I don't want to have this bread sitting out too long. I just had it out, you know, so I can show you guys what we're doing with the bread. And now what we're gonna do is the onions. The onion. Alright, so what we're gonna do now, I think maybe turn it down a little bit. I don't know if it's too loud or not, but alright, so now, you know, the suckiest part of this whole ordeal here is that we gotta cut the onions, you know what I mean? So what are we gonna do? No, I'm gonna get that out of the way. So what are we gonna do here? Well, we're gonna set ourselves up with the pot, alright? We're gonna have another little container so we can put like the remainder, the garbage, you know, as is. I need to dirty this. I just throw it in here. Okay? We gotta wash these onions too anyway, so. Let me. Just something to put the scraps, you know what I mean? Get us those organized here. Alright, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I'm gonna get the onions. Okay, we're gonna give them a quick. You already know we're gonna clean them up real quick, alright? And then we're gonna chop them up, so I'm gonna put them in this bowl, alright? And so yes, you know what I mean, you want to clean these guys up, you know what I mean, because these guys, they come from, you know, the ground or whatever. So, you know, just, you know, be extra careful. So, you know what, I think we're just going to wash all these real quick. I don't want to be wasting so much, right? Give me 1 second. Just wash the onions. Yeah, but like a lot of times I like to, you know, peel the outside and then wash them. But these are pretty clean, nice looking onions. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Let me not waste that good onion on the, you know, the stove. So see this one. This one's kind of like really dirty on the outside. So this one we will. Like I said, you know what I normally do, which is kind of take the one outside layer off, right, and then wash that, and then throw that out. But that's usually because a lot of times they're pretty, you know, they're a little dirtier than usual because they're not as processed as much out here. They come, you know, almost kind of straight from the ground, so you're gonna do a little bit more work or what have you, but. We're good. Alright. Yeah, this one probably, yeah, this one too. This one we should peel the outer onion, the outer layer. But yeah, you know, you gotta be very careful when you're doing your you know, your vegetables. Because the reality is that, you know, you gotta remember this grows in the ground, and a lot of times, no matter, you know, especially when it's no matter if it's with chemicals you're washing off and cleaning off, or if it's manure that you're washing and cleaning off, or dirt, you know, you gotta remember that's not something you want to be eating. So, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like not enough, like, I guess, shows or videos or what have you talk about things like that enough, you know what I mean? Like, just the simple basics, like wash your vegetables, you know, you'd be surprised how many people don't do that. So, okay, first thing we're gonna do, besides wash our onions, you know what I mean, is that we gotta chop these onions up so we can throw them in the soup. Okay, so let me just show you a quick example of, you know, how we're gonna cut, you know, one of these onions. Okay, is that we're gonna chop it like this. Okay, yeah, I think you guys can see from the GoPro there. Okay, and then chop it like this and chop it like this. Okay, because if you just do it this way, all right, just one long way, when you're gonna put it in the soup, you know what I mean, like in the spoon, the onion pieces are gonna be too long. You're gonna have like long pieces. So if you cut it in half like that, okay, you're gonna see, okay, now by the time that cooks and reduces, you know what I mean, it's gonna be a little bit more manageable kind of size, you feel me? And that's it. A little pre-planning, you know, to make it easier on the end user, aka, you know, the person eating your soup. Right? You're gonna make the best user experience possible, right? Just like anything else. And again, yeah, some will be a little long, you know, depending on the size of the onion, but, you know, again, you want to at least try to minimize the length of that. And that's it. Simple, easy peasy. Remember, it's onion soup, nothing crazy. You know, basically just chop a bunch of onions. And then, you know, the real trick here to making onion soup is that it's caramelizing the onions. You know, you want to have, you know, the most flavor extracted from the onions themselves before doing anything with them, you know. So, and today we're making a modified version of this. You know, a lot of times what I would do is I would make something like a beef stock, you know, for, you know, I'm making beef stock for other stuff. Maybe I'm boiling some meat. Maybe I'm making stock for whatever. I don't know, whatever. But the point is like I have stock kind of left over. And one of the things I like to do with, you know, with it besides storing it for later is making like some soup. You know, making some, like especially like, you know, like I love onion soup. That's one of the things I love to do the most, you know, with my beef stock. So that's it. I mean, that's basically kind of like the whole trick there. Alright. And you can chop it faster, you know, slower, however you want. Doesn't really matter. And again, you try to get like the most uniform, you know, kind of size and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You know, you're making soup. So, you know, don't go crazy, you know, with all the knife cuts or, you know, trying to impress anybody because no one's going to notice. And, you know, you don't have to put all that work. Remember, people, at the end of the day with cooking, you know, making it look fancy is cool and nice and all that, but, you know, it has to taste good. It has to taste good. If it doesn't taste good, it doesn't matter. So emphasize more on making it taste good, you know what I mean? Like emphasize, you know, care more about that than anything else, and you'll be fine in the kitchen. All right, so let's get these onions, start getting these guys in the pot. And yeah, you're gonna need as many onions as possible. It's never really too many onions, you know, in a sense. I'm not gonna lie, you know, like a lot of onions is great because you'll see how little this reduces down into, you know, when we cook it now, when we start caramelizing these onions. So, and that's it, you know, so it's not rocket science. It's just onion science. So, buenas tardes, hello, everybody. Yeah, to me, this is one of my favorite soups. And, you know, I would have loved to top it off with like some Swiss cheese, but man, Swiss cheese is like so expensive out here right now because it's an import type of thing. And they don't make Swiss cheese out here or whatever, I don't know. And so I just say, frick it, I got some mozzarella, you know, but yeah, you know, ideally you want some Swiss cheese over the top here. And honestly, I would have bought the Swiss cheese. It's just they sell it only in certain stores, and it's not like at every store. So since I don't have it at every store, you know, I couldn't just get it in my regular store. So it is what it is. But yeah, you know, just basically just chop some onions here. Oh, I just realized I didn't cut these guys in half. Oops, it's okay. It's okay, see? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm cutting a lot of onions, and I don't know if you know anything about cutting onions. Eventually, you start realizing the plight of the onion. You start realizing everything in the onion goes through to get to your table. You start, tearing up and crying. So I'm just trying to, so I don't cry too much. So I don't, try not to get too sad over the plight of the onion. Actually, how the onion really affects you to make you cry, it's a chemical reaction. So if you keep your mouth closed and you make saliva in your mouth, it helps reduce that effect, because it's basically the onions produce, they release a gas when you cut into them. And some have more, stronger gas or whatever than others. And that gas gets into your, when it reacts with the liquid in your eyes or some shit like that, it makes you cry. I don't know, there's something like that. And if you, do something like, for example, how the reaction happens is because that gas gets into your mouth, all right? More than anything else, that's how more of the reaction happens than anything else. It gets into your mouth, and then once it hits your kind of like saliva in your mouth, whatever, and then makes a reaction, and boom, it makes you cry. So, if you keep your mouth closed, but again, I'm talking because I'm doing this show here, it helps. I'm a little bit more immune to this because since I think it's because since I got allergies, it helps kind of block it out, you know what I mean? Maybe having I just thought of something, maybe having allergies is actually like people always think of it like a bad thing. Maybe it's a good thing back in the day when we're all Neanderthals and stuff, because I would be the guy that could go into the onion patch without a problem, or I don't know. What do I know? Anyways. Okay. Sorry, so let's get these guys in the pot. We got 2 more onions to go. Onions. But yeah, depending on the onion, depending on the content, the sulfur content, or I don't know what it is, but there's something in there that it releases. And some onions are a lot stronger, more potent than others. I don't know where white onions kind of fall. I think they're kind of mild. It's the same as the red onion. I know Spanish onions are pretty powerful. The sweet onions. But I think these guys are strong too. I don't know, man. I don't freaking know. I just know I don't cry as much. Like Christian, she's like in the other room with this thing closed because there's so many onions that I'm pretty sure that this affects her. She's more affected by the onion, by the plight of the onion. She's a little bit more emotional since I'm not as emotional, you know what I'm saying? I'm more passionate, but I'm not emotional, meaning like I'm gonna eat you, alright? That's it. I'm not gonna sit here and cry about it. But I know other people are, they're more in tune with their emotions, I guess. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more savage, animalistic, so I'm never really, Oh, that makes sense out there to you guys. Onions. Yeah, anyone else doing this right now, especially talking as much as I've been talking, kind of should be bawling, unable to see right now. Because I can feel the effects, trust me, I can feel like the sting in there. But I guess I've been hardened by such a hard life, I don't have the ability to cry anymore, not even when cutting all these onions, so I've lost all feeling. Sorry. I need that, bruh. I'm telling you, man, I need to get the little soundboard. I think that's the only thing that's missing here. Comedy, cooking here. What is this? Well, at least I think I'm funny, so somebody thinks I'm funny. As long as it's All right, we got the onion. We got the onion cut. All right, now we're gonna get these onions and throw them in here. Now, I was watching one of my favorite chefs online, the chef Jean-Pierre. I don't know if you know who he is, Chef Jean-Pierre. That's the kind. If you know who he is, that's like the kind of chef I used to, I grew up with. You know what I mean? Like I worked with. You know, that's the kind of guy. You know, old school. You know what I mean? Now when everything became the way it is, it's like I can't. You know. Anyways, but he had his. So look, yeah, check out on the. With the GoPro, how many onions? Look at how many onions, all right? So we got like this thing halfway with onions, all right? Look at that. It's a lot of onions, all right? All right? So now what we're going to do is this is going to take a long time to cook, all right? So we got to just get this going, all right? I'm not even going to waste any time. So we'll get the camera over here in a second, you know, just onions. So I'm going to start cooking these onions in here. I'm going to add olive oil. And again, this is flavor, okay? We're gonna add olive oil and butter. Let me take out the butter. I gotta take out a lot of butter. But this is just flavor, you know what I mean? I mean, that's it, you know what I mean? Like, so, I have a knob of butter here, you know? I just have like a chunk of butter. I'm just gonna throw that in there with all those onions. You know, I'll get the camera up there. Hold on, so you can see. You can get a better view. Give me 1 segundo. But yeah, like I said, I don't really like to use any kind of like weird processed fats in my kitchen. I like animal fats, and then any kind of plant oil will be something like olive oil or maybe unprocessed coconut oil, and that's about it. You know what I mean? Like no weird flour oil or fucking seed oil or anything like that. You know, and then just animal fats. You know, like butter, pork fat. You already know. I gotta get some beef tallow up in here. All right, so just so you can see what we got in there, okay? Just so you can. So we threw some olive oil in there. We got some butter, all right? Some salt. Now remember, this is soup, you know. So you're gonna need salt, okay? And pepper. Pepper is like a main component here. All right, we're gonna add more things later, but for now, this is what we're gonna do. So one of the main. It's like nice freshly ground pepper. Okay. That's it. Keep it simple. Now, we're not trying to like burn this or anything like that, so we got to keep an eye on it. I got it on high, and we're going to keep an eye on it, okay? As this moves gradually, all right? We're just going to try and keep that butter on top so it can just melt its way down. It's going to take a while to cook, like at least half an hour. At least half an hour to get to where we want to get. Okay? So it's going to be a minute, as they like to say. It's going to be un minuto. Alright, so I guess we'll leave that camera up there for now. It's no big deal. So now, we got to make some cookies in a little while. So we need some softened butter for that. So I know it's going to be 2 sticks of butter for that. And then, we're going to add more butter here at some point. But I don't need to have it soft. I can just add it, cold or whatever, so it's not, not that big of a fucking deal. Freaking deal. Watch your language there, buddy. Yeah, we're trying to keep it as family friendly here as possible. when possible. I'm not gonna, here. Let me see what my shirt says. I don't know if you guys can see. Don't be controlled there. But, at the end of the day, we're cooking here. We're trying to keep it as family friendly as possible, right? That's all we're doing here. So, all right. So we're gonna add some garlic to this. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, so I've made this soup a million times before, and I thought I was making like a French version of it, and then I see one of my favorite chefs, a French chef, making it, and it's like, bro, this is so totally different. This is nothing like what I make. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with my recipe. I love this guy, but what? It is what it is. Because I don't know, his recipe was so different, and I'm like, man, I don't know. I mean, I know my shit tastes really good and it's on point, so I'm not gonna fuck with it. I don't know what that's gonna taste like. It's probably gonna taste good, but I don't know. I felt like too much experimentation with something that I already love. So maybe another time. But that's it. Let's give it a quick little wash here. So we're gonna add a little garlic to this, okay? That's it. Nothing. Just like 4 cloves of garlic, because it's it's gonna cook slowly and also like get sweet and caramelized. So that's the idea. You already know onions are very strong, in their flavor, in their profile. So we're gonna try to kind of minimize that by slowly cooking the onions. That's why the stock, or the beef, the soup itself, it has like such a dark, deep color, because the onions, right now they're starting as a white, and by the time we're done with them, they're going to be a nice brown caramel color, beautiful, yummy color, and that's it. So you guys can see there, in the top camera, that's all we've added, just a little butter, little oil, salt, pepper, garlic, and onions. That's it. That's all we got in there right now. That's all we got cooking in there. That's all we need in there. We're good there for now. So let me just give this a quick little rinsey rinse. All right, we're gonna bring it back. All right. But you're gonna see how in no time we're gonna have these caramelized onions. Right now it's just some raw onions, but in a few minutes you're gonna see what we're gonna get. But that's it. Really, this episode, I don't think we're gonna need the cutting board anymore. I don't think I'm gonna need anything anymore. When it comes to that, because we're now gonna bake some cookies. Bake some cookies while we're making the soup. I'm very excited for these cookies. I'm very, very excited for these cookies. I hope you guys are as well. Let me see. I used to take the peppercorn and mash it with a mallet and use that. Well, yeah, I've done that, like when I don't have my a pepper grinder, but a grinder works a lot better. You should try it. You should give yourself one. You can get one at Walmart. You see, it's like the and then you fill it with your own peppercorns and your own salt, like I do. You see. In fact, I gotta take this sticker off of this one. Thanks for reminding me. But yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it later. It takes like patience to take it off right. But anyways, yeah. I buy the pepper with the grinder, and then once I use that up, I just fill it with my own stuff, and that's it. Instead of buying like a really expensive grinder, I could do that. You know what I mean? I could buy a really expensive grinder, and maybe I will. You know what I mean? But right now, the budget is on the budget. Yeah, peanut oil is good, but like I'm telling you, when you look at, I looked at these videos, that were talking about, like these, I watch a lot of like cooking, health videos. I watch all kinds of shit, and like they relate to all this stuff. And they were talking about like seed oils. You know what I mean? And like in particular, you know what I mean? And like and not just like things like canola oil that we know are bad and all this other stuff, but like just like seed oils and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh man, this is not good, man. None of this is good. So in some cases, like yesterday, you know what I mean? Look, yesterday we used, we did use peanut oil, and we did use, sesame seed oil, and there's many cases which you'll use these oils, for food, for flavoring, for flavoring, maybe for cooking, certain times, but not on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if you're going to be doing certain things on a regular basis, that's where you got to, say, hey, these are the oils I'm going to use on a regular basis. And so, that's where I have, I recommend, for anyone out there, you know what I mean? Like to use things like olive oil. I'm not the only one. There's tons of people that, olive oil, you know what I mean? And then something like again, if you're going to use coconut oil, you got to be careful too, you know what I mean? You can't just use any coconut oil. A lot of people just go out there and, they get whatever coconut oil and think it's healthy, and it's just as bad as Crisco, or maybe not just as bad, but pretty bad. Things like avocado oil are not good, sunflower seed oil is not good, you know what I mean? None of that shit, you know what I mean? Like, this is not, it's not natural, bro, you know what I mean? Like, not you, but everybody, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm not picking up. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, it's just not, and like, when I learned all this shit, I was like, oh wow, this is fucking nuts. Olive oil is really natural, you know what I mean? Like, coconut oil is very natural, you get what I'm saying? All the animal fats, you can't get more natural than that. But these are the things that they tell you don't eat, you know what I mean? Don't, and then they have all these myths about like olive oil, you know what I mean, and all this shit. It's like, get out of here. Let me turn on the oven, all right? Because we're gonna do the bread, all right? We're gonna bake this bread real quick to make it nice and we're trying to make it toast, I guess. You know what I mean? Make it crunchy, not. Oh, I gotta turn the oven and get the gas on, don't I? Anyways, no, but the idea with what I'm trying to do with the bread here is that we're just trying to replicate. Again, I need more gas. Not more gas, more, this thing's not working. Oh my God, so annoying. Hold on. Hold on a second. I gotta figure out emergency measures. We need to have that song. Yeah, because this thing's done, ran out. So like now I gotta light this guy. All right, so we're gonna do this MacGyver style. By the way, in like professional kitchens, we use shit like this all the time, and this happens from time to time. We're like, fuck, we gotta light the pilot, and it's a lot more complicated than this. Trust me. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this toothpicker here. Okay, as you guys can see, it'll make a fire. All right, and then we're gonna use that. There we go. Ta-da! And that's how you avoid a crisis. So you light a pilot. But, I mean, I still kind of works up here, so it's like, whatever. Well, actually, you know what? It's trash. Let me, I gotta add it to the list. Let me go get my shopping list. Let me turn this off. Let me close that. Let's move here. Let's do a few things. Oh, the music turned off? What happened? What happened with the music, man? Alright, so let's, alright, let me show you. So, what we're gonna do here, what we have here is a failure to communicate. All right, so what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna get this bread. All right, just saying, as you guys can see, we got the bread. All right, we got the oven, and we're gonna throw it in the oven and toast that son of a bitch up. And we're gonna get a timer. Right? We're gonna set a timer on this guy. Let's put like at least like, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever. It's gonna take a while. Timer. So 30 minutes and go. All right, so we got that in the oven. All right, we got the timer going, and now we're gonna give this guy a stir, 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 stir. All right. So you see it's you can kind of tell by when you look down here and you gotta have some oil. There's no oil in there, so. And olive oil is very yummy and very good. So I use a mix of olive because I don't like too much butter. I will use a lot of butter in this, trust me. But I like to kind of keep the butter, you know, under control to like a stick or less, or around a stick of butter, you know, no more than that, because otherwise it gets very heavy, you know, with that kind of butter flavor. Right now, I'm gonna put this on medium, okay? But right now I'm gonna add, all right, the bay leaves. All right, so I'm gonna add 5 bay leaves. Okay, bay leaves are, I think, very important in this dish. All right, so we got 5 bay leaves. Now we're gonna add some oregano. Okay. So about a teaspoon of oregano. Not much oregano, okay, but just some oregano. All right, and thyme. A lot of thyme, like more thyme. So about a tablespoon of thyme. Okay. All right. Tablespoon of thyme, and you guessed it, some more cracked pepper. Let me mix this in first so I can see the pepper. Okay, a little better. But yeah, I mean, this is a very, very simple recipe. The most important thing here is the caramelization of these onions. So, I think I'm gonna keep a stick of butter out here. I'm gonna keep a stick of butter close by to be adding. And again, you gotta go by feel, you gotta go by taste, you know, by things. You can do whatever you want, but this is just like a basic, like, you know, French onion soup. And remember, you know, since it's few ingredients, you gotta make sure that not only are they good ingredients, but that you know, you go through the babying, you know, of the process of doing everything I'm doing here. You know, saute everything nice and slow, make sure everything's nice and yummy and delicious, so it can taste really good. Okay, and that's it. So this is just going to be low and slow. Okay. I'm going to cover it a little bit here. All right, you can see that. Shout out to everyone out there. All right, you guys are going to keep an eye. Keep an eye on that real quick for me. You guys are my sous chefs helping me out. Huh? Huele rico. Christian says it smells delicious. Like, I know. No, but again, like I've said many times, you really want to impress somebody, all you gotta do is cook some onions and garlic together, like with some oil, olive oil, you know, and that's it. Some salt and pepper, and my God, that's it. Just all you need to cook, and the smell that it releases is so divine, so delicious. And I'm sure many of you guys know. So there's always a little trick. Little trick you guys can use out there. You're welcome, you're welcome. So, let me see, we're gonna put this over here to the side. Let's switch it back over here. All right, so you guys are keeping an eye back on there on the stove for me. We got the butter, all right, we got that here, all right, so we're gonna start making the cookies soon. I mean, basically, the onion soup is gonna take care of itself. Let's talk about the onion soup for a minute. So basically, the onion soup, once we cook the onions, once that whole thing is done, the next base ingredient, the next base, strong ingredient for the soup, besides the onions, is the actual stock that you're gonna use, all right? The actual beef stock that you're gonna use, all right? So, and again, even the chef, I was using chicken and beef. I'm like, I always thought it was beef. I'm gonna keep it beef. So, again, you can boil, you can make a proper beef stock and use it for this, and it'll be awesome. Or you can do what I'm gonna do today, which is we're gonna make the poor man's version, okay? Which is we're just gonna use the bouillon cubes or chicken stock, that you can buy at the store. I would just go with the cubes, trust me. Whatever, you know what I mean? It's not. The cubes are great, and then that's it. That's all we're gonna do now. Like I said, you know what I mean. I was gonna today. I was on the fence as to if I was gonna make stock or not, because I was depending on many things. So we had a bunch of leftovers still from throughout the week, so we gotta eat that. So I wasn't gonna make another dish that I didn't have to make. And what I was gonna do is I was gonna boil some beef and use that stock. I was still gonna add bouillon cubes to it, but use that stock, and make the soup with it, and then use that beef to make some tacos with it. You know what I mean? But it's okay. We still got the beef in there another day. We'll probably make that next week. No big deal. And then we'll use the stock for something else. But yeah, you know what I mean? So today we're just gonna use bouillon cubes because, again, I figured, just with the context of the show and everything we do here, that a lot of people, again, they're looking for easy, quick solutions, things that they can do at home. So anyone can get onions and chop them. Anyone can go buy them anywhere and chop them up. Anyone can get butter. Anyone can get olive oil. Not both, whatever, if you don't have, or, either, but at least one, if you could. Salt and pepper, everybody has that. A few bay leaves, everybody can get that. Oregano, thyme, everybody can get that. These are very, very simple. Okay, most people should have in their pantry already. And then the other part of the dish here, which is the stock, you don't have to go as far as like buying beef stock. I'll show you what I'm going to use. I'm going to show you right here. So we're going to go with this guy right here, okay? A little, beef, bouillon cubes. So each one of these is, from what it says on the box, is about 1 liter. So we're gonna go with maybe 3. We're gonna go with 3 in there because I figure we're probably gonna make around 3 liters of soup, give or take. So, and that's it. And then this adds, the saltiness, the flavor, the beef, all that good stuff. Now, yeah, it's not organic. Yeah, it's not perfect. Yeah, it's not whatever. But hey, you gotta eat, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people just gotta eat. And this makes a very hearty soup. The bread, again, the bread is just basically, just leftover hard bread. Cheese, you can use whatever cheese you want. Most people already got Parmesan, from Kraft macaroni and cheese, or some Kraft or whatever. And then whatever cheese, you got mozzarella, you got freaking, Swiss cheese, whatever you got it. So you're good to go. So let me see. Shout out to everyone out there. And again, look, man, you know, I know MPT Adventures out there saying about the olive oil, when you cook it, it's all bad. No, man, there's a lot of fake news out there. No, that's not really true at all. You know what I mean? At all. At all. You know, people have been, like, for example, in Italy alone, you know what I mean, have been using olive oil and only olive oil for centuries now, and they're fine. You know, and they use it for deep frying. Have you ever seen, like, a real Italian, like, cooking kitchen? They deep fry in olive oil. They use it for everything. You know what I mean? And no, it's not bad at all. You know what I mean? No, I mean it's bad in certain cases. There are certain types, you know, of things that can happen with olive oil. Just like anything else, you can change, you know, the composition of it. It's not good, but no, you know what I mean? The reality is that you can use olive oil for just about anything, and it's really good and really healthy. And yes, you know what I mean? When you cook, like most items, almost everything, when you cook it, it actually breaks down. It breaks down to the point where, yeah, you start losing a lot of things. You know, like, for example, a tomato is the opposite. A tomato is one of the only things that, you know, when you cook it, it actually increases the nutritional value and, you know, how potent and strong it is, you know, with what it does to you and your body. But for the most part, yeah, even like garlic, that's why they encourage garlic to eat it raw. The more you cook it, like if you, you know, make, roasted garlic, which is sweet and delicious and amazing, it almost has zero of the health benefits. I mean, maybe 5% of the health benefits as opposed to raw, where it's 100%. So, you know, it's just many things like that, many whatever. But when it comes to olive oil, no way, man. No. I mean, you might lose some of the health benefits because when you eat raw olive oil, there's a lot of health benefits. But the most that can happen is that you lose a lot of those health benefits, but it's not going to be unhealthy. I don't know if that makes sense. So, but yeah. So, but yeah, remember, a lot of the, you know, health, you know, knowledge that we have on fats out there is completely wrong and opposite of, you know, what we know now or what we're learning now and what we're seeing now. So one of the healthiest fats you can have are actually animal fats. You know, like, honestly, if you could just use animal fats and only that would be the best. But if you insist, like I do, because I love olive oil, then olive oil is great. But canola oil, like we used yesterday or whatever, is so bad for you. So I'm gonna give these guys a stir, make sure they don't burn. You know, just keep them. You know, we're trying to get them to be nice and caramelized and soft and yummy and delicious. So like I said, you know, this is gonna take a while, a minute. That's why I'm here talking to you guys. We're chilling. You know, let me start working on the cookies. I was just waiting for the butter to get soft a little bit more. All right, but we're gonna work on the cookies. All right. Okay, so let me go throw this outside in the compost. By the way, you know what I mean? Shout out to, thank you so much for, you know, all you know, what we were talking about there, you know, because, you know, it gives me things to talk about because, you know, these are very important topics, you know what I mean, that I want to talk about on the show, you know what I mean, to, I guess, show people, you know, the alternatives out there, you know what I mean, to cooking, you know, and what we know about the kitchen and all this stuff. And, you know, this is really my bread and butter, you know what I mean, pun intended. I've been cooking since forever and been around this for forever and constantly learning and educating myself on all this. And this is going to be a fun adventure. Like I said, we're going to be planting and growing stuff in the garden together. I'm going to be taking you out there with me and showing you what I'm doing in some episodes in the future. This is literally a work in progress, all right? We're just starting with the kitchen, but eventually we're going to really like bring this like how, you know the term, like that farm to table shit. We're going to be doing something like that, garden to table. You know what I mean? Live. You know what I mean? So that's going to be cool as F, all right? So we're going to be doing that. So give me a second here. I'm going to give you guys the sky cam, all right? And I'll be right back. You know, let me go dump this in the compost. The compost. The compost. Check these guys out. So I said I'm not going to cover them up anymore. I want to kind of keep an eye on them. They have a lot of liquid to release. You know, let that liquid get released up in there. And so, you know, I'm adding like most of the spices in there now so they can kind of cook with the onions. You know? So it's going to make it even more delicious. All right. So give me 1 second. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Shout out to everyone out there. Oh no, I guess I made it just in time. Nah. Not quite sure what happened to the GoPro there. You can say that died off. Are we still streaming? What happened? Let me reconnect the camera. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Blackout. Let me check on the bread. Oh, nice. There you go. Alright, let me just flip that mother around. It's already getting, we're getting there. So, what was I gonna do? Oh, the GoPro. But shout out to everyone out there. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone. But yeah, man, you know, animal fats are very bueno. You get a little coffee. We got that coffee. Yeah, yesterday was nice, man. I had a nice day. I'm not gonna lie. I'm drinking my my chai latte, and I had no coffee. But man, I could really feel it. It wasn't, you know, that's something maybe more for like a Sunday or something, you know, whatever. You know, like maybe not drink coffee, but drink my chai latte. But my God, it feels so good to have my coffee today. That's probably like my drug of choice, I guess. I got many drugs of choice, but that's probably one of my top drugs. Shout out to coffee. And I'm always drinking Mexican coffee. Everywhere I lived, you know, I always had to have like Cuban coffee kind of shipped out to me, you know, to wherever I lived from Miami. But ever since I've lived here, I'm like, man, the coffee here is so good. And I don't even drink my Cuban coffee anymore. I drink drip coffee, you know, like I guess American style coffee, but I used the Mexican beans. Bro, it's I don't even add sugar or anything. I drink it black because it's so good. It's flavorful. It's delicious. Yeah, man, so different. You know, back home, you know, the coffee's always so nasty and bitter, and you gotta add so much sugar and crap to it for the most part to drink it. Yeah, I mean, I can never drink black coffee back home. You know, here, no problem. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so we're back. We're back. We're back. So I'm just gonna keep that camera on the onion, so you can constantly just keep an eye on it, so you can see what it's doing back there. Okay, now another thing that we gotta do, according to the recipe for the cookies, all right, is by the way, let me know how the stream is coming along, guys. I feel like I'm having a bunch of breaks in my internet today. Anyways. But yeah, so the stream is coming out good. Hold on, I gotta check on something. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like okay, yeah, it's my tablet here. I'm not showing the video, the live stream. Well, whatever. You guys say I'm live, so. But yeah, yeah, it's a good catch there. All the spam bots are out there. You know, they're focusing on something else right now, right? I miss them. They're missing out on the cookies, man. Or maybe they just don't like cookies. Who knows? Stream is good on YouTube and stream's great. All right, hold on. Yeah, I gotta see because I can't. My thing on my, maybe it's. Hey, there's my face. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks. All right. Thanks. That's all. As long as you guys can see me, that's all that matters. Yeah, because my thing is kind of like not working for whatever reason, but it's okay. We're good. Crisis averted. All right. Let me. Okay, so the timer is about to go off. So, and I already saw the bread, and I know the bread was already looking like it's done. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the tablet. All right, we'll leave it there for now. But anyways, let me take out the bread, all right? Look at that. Okay. I'm gonna move that out of the way. But yeah, look at that. Perfect. What a great idea. So there we go. Now we got perfectly toasted hard bread that we can use for the soup later. So let me put this aside. All right. Let it cool off over there. We don't need that anytime soon. All right. So we got the bowls here, you know, we're gonna start working on the cookies. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get this out again, and the recipe said to toast the coconut. It's still hot. Hot. It said to toast the coconut. So we're gonna, I guess, toast it for a little while. We're gonna keep an eye on it. Let me get the timer back out. So it said to use like 200 grams of whatchamacallit, or aka like 2 cups of shredded coconut. So we're gonna use all this. Just spread it evenly here. Maybe let me put this over here. No, stream is still good. Hopefully the stream is still good, right? I think it's just my tablet. It might just be my tablet. Don't worry. Alright, so we're going to put this in the oven and toast it. And I'm going to put 5 minutes, right? And kind of like check on it in 5 minutes. Alright. Let me see my stream on here. But yeah, so now what we're gonna do is start getting all the ingredients and get everything ready for the cookies, right? The butter is basically softened to the point where I want it. So we're good to go there. Yeah, okay. I'm live. I think it's just my tablet. I'm fine. Okay, it's just my dumbass tablet. So I'm sorry if I can't read the comments right now. Not quite sure. Yeah, because I use my tablet. How do you get rid of this? There we go. So I use my tablet, you know, to kind of like see the chat. So whatever, we'll work on that later. So we got the onions. Let's check on the onions real quick so you can just get a quick look, see where we're at. All right, so you see, look at the color has already changed dramatically. So, you know, they're kind of just like cooking and getting all nice and yummy and gooey and caramelizing, and all the sugars are coming out of the onion, and all that acid that makes it nice, that makes it sharp and strong, is leaving and is doing all its magical stuff. And it smells so good already. So the better this is, the base, the better the whole thing is going to be. So, you know, look at that. Beautiful thing. So I'm going to leave that there. And now we're going to start working on, I guess let's start working on the cookies. We already got the toast and the whole nine. So, we're toasting the coconut. Okay, so let's start working on the cookies. Cookies time. Alright. Working on the cookies. So I know we need flour. I know we need baking powder. I know we need, I think, cornstarch for some reason. Okay. So let's just get these ingredients in here. You already know. Sift your flour. Sift your flour. Yeah, what does the music keep turning off, man? I feel like everything's against me today here. What's going on? Anyways, look at this awesome magical flour that I found. 00 flour. Supposed to be the good flour, the really awesome flour. I already done a whole discourse on this. But I can find 00 flour. Now, by the way, this is expensive. Don't get me wrong. A regular thing of flour out here in Mexico runs for like $1. But this is like around $3, $3.50. $3 to $3.50 for one of these. So this flour is expensive, but my God, so worth it. So worth it. So whenever I find it at the store, I buy in bulk. It just comes out here, you know, just like any other item. It's not even a thing. Or how do I say it? It's not like a crazy import or something. I don't know. It just doesn't. I find it at multiple stores is what I'm saying. It's not like a specialty item almost. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I'm like, something smells. It's the coconut. Wow. Okay. Like, what the fuck was that? That was like a smell. It was like weird. Like, I don't know. Look, I'm not a coconut toaster kind of guy, all right? So I haven't really toasted the coconut so much. All right, so we're gonna move this around. This is already starting to get nice and toasty. I don't want to burn it. just want to toast it. I'm just moving it around. Alright, so you guys see it's already getting a little toasty and stuff. And then the timer, it was only been there for a few minutes. Yeah, because the guy on the video was like, oh, every 2 minutes, check on it. They're like, oh shit, okay. I guess he was right. Okay, so we're just gonna stick it in there for another couple minutes or whatever. Hold on. How do I? There we go. Sorry, I'm working. Okay. So 2 cups of flour. All right. Sorry, I was adding a minute there to the thing. So. So we're gonna sift the flour. So that's 1 cup. We got 2 cups. So we're going to sift that. So what we're doing again, we're doing the mise en place, all right? You already know what the mise en place is. You know, we're getting everything ready, all right? We're getting, as many things as we can ready. All right, so here we go. We got half a teaspoon of salt. So yeah, in this case, we always have like this regular salt. So it's funny, the salt that comes like this, it comes iodized and fluoridized. That's why I use the other salt. That's okay. I mean, it's okay to get a little fluoride. I mean, they're gonna kill you. Anyways, so 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Our favorite cornstarch friend that we used yesterday to make that. Man, that chicken was so good. By the way, if you did not see yesterday's episode, which was the chicken, the whatchamacallit, the timer's already out? Jesus. I sure do take long while I'm talking. Alright, so we got the timer is going off. So, I'm going to keep checking on this. I'm going to show you where we're at. So that was another 2 minutes. I'm getting there. I mean, we want it to be nice and kind of brown and toasty, but I'm not gonna lie. I want it to be a little white as well. So if I can have it half and half, like, that'd be awesome. So I'm gonna stick it in there for a few more minutes. Okay. I'm gonna put 2 more minutes. Okay, we got 2 minutes. Okay, so we have the ingredients in here. We have what we have in here so far. We got 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, okay, and that's it. Okay, and then so when you're doing certain measurements, like for example, next we got the butter for the creaming. When you're gonna do that, when you're gonna like kind of measure that, make sure you go by grams in that case. Okay, that's what because I noticed that like in the US, the sticks of butter have more grams or bigger than like in Mexico. They're smaller. So for example, this recipe would probably be like a stick and a half of butter in the US, and here it's 2 sticks of butter. All right, so we got all the dry ingredients, they're all in there nice and well. So let's just give them a quick little mix. All right, and we'll just set this aside. We don't need this for a little while. All right. flour. Flour power. Let's put all this stuff away. And so now what we're gonna do is get that butter in the other bowl here. All right, and start creaming that butter with the sugar, which, you know, again, we're gonna use white and brown sugar. All right, timer went off again, so let's check that out. All right, gonna do another 2 minutes. Get the timer on again. I'm getting toasty. We're getting there. We're getting nice and toasty. Takes time to get properly toasted, right? I think one more should do it. Yeah, because I'm also trying to get as much liquid out of this as possible, you know? I'm trying to dry it out a little bit more than anything else. So 2 more minutes and that's it. I think we're gonna just do it there. So now let's start doing the other part, you know, which is, you gotta be careful. Let me, because this is hot over here. I don't want to be melting the butter. So I'm gonna do it over here. There. There. Let me see, where's it not hot? Over here. Okay. So we're gonna get these 2 sticks of butter here. Plop them in there. They're perfectly softened. So it's 2 sticks of butter, and then we got some brown sugar and regular sugar. So it's half a cup of regular sugar. There you got half a cup of regular sugar and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Okay. I don't know. Okay. And we're gonna start creaming these guys, all right? ¿Te coser? Like one? No, one. No quiero ver, no está curioso. Cookie time! Oh man, we got a special guest. Special guest.
Me gusta hacer mis
Little
acercamientos.
cameo. Right. Alright, the timer went off. Alright, timer went off. Let's just take these guys out. Hey, I don't know, man. I feel like... No, you know what? This is fine.
¿Está seco?
Yeah.
Así está seco.
It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna go with this, okay? Because I remember when the guy was making the video. All right, I'm gonna turn the oven off because I'm not gonna use the oven for a while now. But I remember when the guy was making the video that he used like that baker's coconut or some shit like that you guys have in the U.S., which I completely forgot. And that stuff is more moist. I don't know. He said that they put like some chemical in there to make it moist and great. But anyways. Here, it's more like fresh already. This is like fresh coconut from a fresh whatever. So it was already kind of pretty dry anyway. So I think we can get away with it. I mean, it's dry. It's at that stage where he said that kind of, and that's fine. I mean, I like it. It's fine. You can make your recipe your own. We're done here. So we're gonna cool this off quickly. So in order to cool it off quickly, we need to put it in another. So get it off of this, all right? Put this back there, and then I guess like place it on here, nice cool. Okay. Because we're gonna add it to the mix soon. It has to be cool because otherwise it's gonna melt the butter and all that stuff. So no big deal. We'll put it down here. Get a nice little cool breeze. Put it over here. I think that's a good spot. Okay, so now you gotta cream. Cream. All right, let's check on the onions, and then we're gonna bring the camera down this way. Okay, look at that, getting nice and yummy and caramelized. I don't know if I should keep my camera here or not. I think I will. I'm gonna keep my camera here, so you guys can keep an eye on the onions the whole time. This will be the onion cam. We're gonna, so you see, like, if you notice, I'm sorry, I should have showed you a little more. It's stuck a little bit to the bottom there, but that's okay. That's just like the little fond, the flavor. That's why you gotta constantly stir it, so when it sticks a little bit to the bottom, you can just, you get a wooden spoon and then just take it off, and it's not burnt. It's just fond. It's that fine line right before it is burnt. It's that brown, yummy goodness that's sticking to the bottom that's always delicious. And we always, again, just keep stirring it to make sure we're on point. So I'm gonna keep the onion cam there. All right. And then we're just gonna keep the onion cam there. All right. And then we'll move this camera that's up there and move it down here. As you guys can see the creaming process, right? And watch me cream. So yeah, that's it. So right now, basically what we're doing here is we're gonna just cream these together, as we've done many times. Now again, I would prefer to have like a KitchenAid hand mixer right now, but I don't have one, and I'm sure a lot of you guys don't either. So this is why I just continuously make it. I continuously make it in the bowl because I feel like, let me see, we're gonna put this right. So I feel like this is like a, good way I can just demonstrate to you that it can be done without needing all that fancy equipment. Just get yourself a really good spatula and a really good bowl. You gotta have at least that, try to have that. It's okay if you can. I'm sure you can still make it work. I'm positive you can. But this is a way where you can just do it with a bowl and do it with some strength. You know what I mean? Just get yourself a little bit of elbow grease and that's it. Now, if elbow grease is something that is lacking in your world for whatever reason, there's a lot of people that can't put in the work I'm putting in to doing this or other stuff. Well, then that's where you get yourself the fancy equipment. And that's it. But I mean, creaming these guys together is not rocket science, As you guys can see there. Okay, so that's it. We're gonna have to go all crazy with this, all right? Remember, things get softer out here because we're out in the jungle and it's hot out here. So you gotta remember that. And where you are, it might be a lot colder. Out here, it's like 90 degrees outside right now. In fact, maybe Callie can tell me, MPT, I'm sorry, can tell me what the weather actually is. Tell everybody what the weather is actually out here. I'm trying to find. By the way, you guys can be my. I know the producer thing. Anyone can be my producer through there. You guys, you're all my Jamies. Shout out to all of you. You guys are all the real MVPs. Yeah, I don't know. I think my tablet's internet is not working for whatever reason. 84. It's really 84. It feels hotter. I guess it's the humidity. All right, let's add the egg. Okay, so we're gonna add 1 egg to this. All right, so let's just add that real quick. In fact, I'm gonna add the egg and I'm gonna throw this up. That's fine. Okay, add 1 egg in there. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized why it's hotter here than normal today. It's like I got the oven on. Remember, I got the oven right on my back. So it's 84 degrees out there, but it's actually 84 degrees in the kitchen too. I need the bruh. You know? I'm telling you, man. That's what I really need. I gotta get one. Maybe someone can help me. One of you guys out there, we talk a lot. Like, see if you can find me a really good like soundboard, like whatever, and on Amazon, and just send me the link so I can buy it. You know what I mean? Because I actually got to put in an Amazon order soon. So please, that'll be awesome. You know, kind of help me out. Whatever your favorite soundboard is. Man, I wonder what the hell's wrong. Well, why my tablet's not working? Oh, I know what I can do. I think it's YouTube that's not working on my tablet, so I'm gonna try with Twitch. Let's try that. When one fails, we got the other. Okay, so yeah, please, if anyone on Twitch, awesome, thank you. I appreciate anyone that's watching me on Twitch. You guys are the best. All right, so let me. What's going on? How come I can't see? There we go. Yeah, I think it's just a tablet. I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with my tablet. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, let me add the vanilla. I don't know how much vanilla. I don't think there's that much. Yeah, I think my tablet's just conking out. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I feel like fucking throwing this shit in the, right? Stop. Just stop playing with it, Jose. Leave it alone. Throw it in the trash. Who cares? We're done. We're done with that, alright? Okay, so let's get the vanilla in there. So that's like half a teaspoon. So we got 1 full teaspoon in there. Alright? Enough. Enough. Okay, let's stir the onions. All right. But yeah, man, I can't be spending time, trying to figure out the stupid tablet. Like, it doesn't matter, like, whatever. Okay. Stir, stir, stir. So you see the colors. You can see it on the onion cam there. You can see the colors of the onions are changing. They're caramelizing. So, all right, now let's move it back here to the whatchamacallit, what cam is this? The baking cam, the cookie cam. All right, so we got the cookie cam and we got the onion cam. All right, so let's stir all this in there together. Cookie can. I'll check this chat in a second on my phone. But yeah, I'm gonna mix all that in there. I got the cookie can. Alright, so now we're going to add the dry ingredients, okay? Now don't add it all at the same time, because otherwise when you're stirring, you're going to be getting flour all over the place. So you go a little bit, like half and half, or a third at a time. Uh-oh. onion cam is out for the count. Alright, so we'll check on that in a little bit. No big deal. But yeah, as you guys can see here, we're just, getting all that integrated in there. Easy peasy. Is that more flour? Cookie time. So the reason I turned the oven off is because we gotta chill this batter for a little bit after we're done with it. And it makes sense, you know what I mean? Because especially in my hot kitchen, it'll give me a better product, I think, too. So we're gonna do that. Let's just mix it all together. Yeah, so right now we're just incorporating the flour, all right, as you guys can see, into the mix. In fact, let me just, no need to watch me from up there. There you go. Okay. Get all that flour incorporated. Shout out to everyone out there. Beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah, it's definitely cooling down now that I got the oven off. Okay. Yeah, and these cookies, they actually bake, I said, like in 10 minutes, so that's awesome. Okay, so now we got that basically all integrated in there. That's it. We're gonna check on the coconut. Make sure the coconut is nice and cold and cooled off, right? Good. Sorry, I was just trying to get the camera back a little bit. Oops. Okay, but yeah, make sure the coconut's nice and cooled off, right? And then mix that in. And then yeah, we're just trying to mix it in. That's it. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy, just incorporate it in there. Once it's incorporated, we're done. Alright? I'm not trying to over mix this or anything. Yeah, so far it smells pretty good in there actually. Looking forward to these coconut cookies. You know, make sure, that coconut is nicely integrated in there. Okay. So, like I said, after we're done here with the mixing, we're gonna stick this bad boy in the fridge for a little bit to cool off. Look at that, yummy, yummy. Let me check the onions again. Oh. Man, sorry, the GoPro is out. It's gonna take me a minute to replace it. but I need to deglaze with some red wine. So let me just switch the camera here. So I gotta deglaze with some red wine, okay? Because we're already at that point. So man, this sucks. Let me see if I can. Well, you know what? I can show you here. That's already. You know what? Let me get this in the fridge. We're already done with this. But yeah, so look at the onions here. Yeah, because I gotta get the GoPro back on. But you see, like the color, all right? Okay. And so now I'm gonna deglaze. Okay, I'm gonna deglaze here with some little red wine. Okay, so I'm just gonna add it in there. Not a lot. All right, you saw that wasn't that much. All right, and then I can kind of deglaze here, but obviously it's not on the heat. And that's it, just to pick up all the last little bits from the bottom there. All right. It got a little burnt, but it's okay. It doesn't taste bad. As long as it doesn't taste bad or smell bad, that's all that matters. Because again, we're making soup here, guys. You know what I mean? So it's not a big deal. So it's not. Yeah, I just made sure. It's like, I didn't want to burn it. You know what I mean? Because if I burn it, then we got a problem. So I added the wine in there because the wine is going to help it. The wine is going to help. I'm turning this off for a minute so that way I can get the GoPro so I can show you from that angle. But the wine is going to help it. The acids in that wine are going to help. Whatever is stuck to the bottom kind of like get unstuck. You feel me? And that's it. Thank God, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like burnt to the point like I had to take it out of the pot and put a new pot. So we got close there. So we're adding some tomato paste. So about a teaspoon of tomato paste, okay? Actually, I'm gonna add a little more. I'm gonna add whatever's left in here. It's already done anyway. So there's about a tablespoon of tomato paste. This is going to give it another little extra push of flavor, okay? And especially with the onions and helping it, helping you kind of, use that acid, okay? To help it, move, with the onions, like break down the onions, break down what's on the bottom there. All right, so let's put this camera back up here. Okay? And let me get the GoPro because I'm sorry, the GoPro is the only camera that I can use to show you what's going on from there. But we're already moving along, with the soup here. So we gotta. Let me see. Where's my battery? Let's switch it over real quick. There's a few technical difficulties today. Nothing crazy. We've had worse. Yeah, I think that battery's already getting too big. You know what I'm saying? Like it's about to explode with passion. Yeah, I need to figure out a better way to get lighting on the stove. So let me just hook up the GoPro real quick. So shout out to everyone out there. I can't really see the chat. Let me see. I think I can see the chat. Looks great. Thanks. I can't really see him like blind. It's far away as well. So yeah, we're gonna hook this up again. Get the GoPro. We're gonna switch over to the cameras. You know, get the sky cam going so you can see. I'm gonna get the sky cam going. I already broke a mouse. Can you believe it? I don't know if the mouse came faulty from China or I broke it myself, but I broke a mouse already. The show has already seen casualty numero 1. So we're just hooking up that GoPro. So shout out to everyone out there. Hope you guys are having a wonderful fun time today. I'm having a wonderful fun time. Is it? Connect to the GoPro. So shout out to everyone out there. I'll see the chat in a second. I'm just trying to. I got so many things going on right now. Try the YouTube chat again, see if I can see it again. There we go, finally working. Folding it in. Folding it in. Yeah, Russian bots are busy today, huh? No Russian bots today. We miss you, man. I never thought I'd say that. I never thought I'd, right? That we miss those guys. So, yeah, the cookies are going to be in the fridge to, you know, again, cool down. So, you know, like I said, like about an hour, give or take. We're going to do a little less than that. We don't need to go full blast the whole hour. So we're just going to, you know, pop them in there for a little while, and then we'll check on them. In fact, I'm going to put them in the freezer in a second. So shout out to everyone out there hanging out. Yeah, buddy. All right. Thanks for your patience while we get the camera back up and running. Alright, so let's get back to that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I need to figure out a better way to get lighting here. But whatever. Anyways, so let's turn the stove back on. Like I said, you know, you saw like we got a little burnt down there, but it's fine. You know, you could definitely tell if the burnt smells, tastes bad. If it smells really burnt, looks burnt, tastes burnt, like it's like a bad smell. There's certain things that when they burn, you're kind of out of luck. But here, we lucked out. We're fine. You know, we're not. It's not gonna make or break. It's not gonna affect the flavor in the negative at all. Most of it we were able to scrape off, and if you're able to scrape it off with the spoon for the most part, and it comes off pretty easy, then you're good. So there's no worry. And then the acid from the red wine, so we're gonna add a little bit more red wine, all right, just so you can see. But it was basically like about a quarter cup, no more than that, not a lot, just a little bit. And the acid and then the tomato are gonna help, you know, break down whatever's on the bottom there, and then also give that deep, rich flavor we are actually looking for in the soup. Okay. Okay, so now, Jonah, it smells so good. All right, let me give it a quick little taste. Yeah, so we gotta be careful. We don't want to burn this or anything. So good. All right. So that's an awesome base. So now we're gonna add the chicken base, the infamous, not chicken base, beef base, all right? So we're adding, remember, 3 bouillon cubes here. All right, so you can get like a nice, deep, rich beef stock for as much as we can afford here, right? You know what I'm saying? All right, now we're gonna get some water. Let's get that water. The very important liquid. Yeah, so in this case, I'm just gonna bring the whole container over here. Probably be a lot easier. Okay. Just get that whole container up in there. But look at that rich, deep, dark, flavor we already have in there. Look at that. So we're gonna add some more water, okay? So we can cook a little deeper, richer, all right? Not too much more water, but some more water for sure. So let's go do that real quick. Let's go get more water. Look at that deep, rich, yummy, delicious flavor look. Alright, so now we're going to add some more water in there. Alright, and then that's it. We're going to now bring it to a boil. Alright, so I'm going to turn it up. Turn up the heat. Bring it to a boil. But look how easy and how awesome that is. Okay? So I'm going to just cover it, let it boil, let it do its thing, and we're good to go. All right, so that was pretty easy, right? So now, the onion soup is basically done. We're just going to let it cook and simmer. The more it simmers and cooks, remember, we're flavoring the water. That's basically what soup is, right? Flavored water. So we're flavoring that water. It's going to take a little bit of time, so let it boil, do its thing, and then that's it. We're pretty much almost done. And then the next part, the more important part here, is really the part of the plating, which is once the soup is done, we got the croutons that we already made, these big pieces of bread here, okay? So we couldn't find any real hard bread, so we made our own hard bread really quickly. We just got some big chunks of bread that we had and we just chopped it up and we're ready to go. And so we got our bowl ready for our soup, when we get to serve it. And then we're gonna melt the cheese over the top. Now, let me see if I can, I don't know if that's gonna work. Hold on a second. So I got this little mini oven here because I don't have a broiler. I don't know if this is a broiler or not. Probably not. But I think we're going to use this bad boy, this little guy over here, so that we can get the gratin. Remember, we're going to melt the cheese over the top, and putting it in the oven here, it's not going to work. I already tried it, done it before. That's why, again, I need a better oven eventually. I don't have a broiler. Now, I know this thing doesn't necessarily have a broiler either, but I know that it can heat up. You know what I mean? Like, and I know it can do the melting at least. So we're gonna use that little guy here to do that when we need it. So let me at least get that ready. So, you know, let's do a little cleanup here, you know. Now, you know, we're basically done. I'm not gonna add any more butter to this or anything. I'm just, you know what, I'll add one more knob, a little bit, not a knob, but just a little bit of butter here, okay? To the soup. And that's it. We'll get the salt out of the way, get this pepper. Okay, let's add a little bit more pepper. Okay, because, you know, that's one of the, it's an ingredient. It's like a really good, not a good, like a really important ingredient in this soup. So a little cracked pepper up in there, and that's it. We're done. I mean, basically, again, just set it and forget it. In the meantime, we're gonna just hook this guy up so we can have it ready. Okay. And that's it. Make sure it works. I'm gonna make sure it works as advertised, right? So let's give it a little shot, see what's up there. So again, we got the cookies cooling down. You know, we got the cookies just like cooling down, chilling out. Let me read some comments. Let me put a butter away real quick here. But yeah, shout out to everybody out there, you know, hanging out with me today. So we got, I mean, like I said, the soup is basically done. We're gonna let it just cook a little bit more. We got the cookies, you know, kind of cooling off. We're gonna be baking them soon. I'm not gonna wait like an hour. Probably wait just a few more minutes. Let's see what time is it. Yeah, not too much longer. But yeah, broiler, when I mean broiler, I mean something that, you know, can give me heat from the top down. All right, not a grill or I don't need heat from the bottom up. I need heat from the top down. So, you know, usually an oven has, you know, the bottom, which is the baking, and then the broiler, which is the top. But my oven does not have the top, so because it's a gas oven. So whatever. But yeah, shout out to everyone out there hanging out today. You know, I know we got a bunch of viewers as usual. You know, it's Thursday. You know, there's a lot of things going on. You know, I know the Russian bots are busy today. They're usually here hanging out with us, but today, you know, they're out there, I guess, getting ready for whatever they're going to be doing out there. But shout out to Lodak and Amputee, and I don't know who else is out there. We got Crazy Boy Radio out there. We got, I think, Cindy. I don't know. But yeah, you know, we're just here hanging out. Yeah, we're going to be doing the cookies in a little bit. Let me see, I think. Okay, yeah, so this thing does have a broiler. So it heats up from the top. So we're going to use that to, you know, get the nice, crusty, melted, you know, what is it? The nice crusty melted cheese on top because, you know, that's part of the soup, right? You ever have French onion soup? That's one of my favorite soups. I don't know about you guys, but one of my favorite soups is French onion. What about you guys? What's your favorite soup? So shout out to everyone out there. Do-do-do-do-do. So tomorrow I'm going to be having, sorry about that, I'm a little spaced out there for a second. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be having a live stream on my Mexico channel. I have various channels. I live out here in Mexico. I have a channel dedicated to talking about living out here and stuff like that. I don't really make much videos or content for that channel much anymore, but I still do live streams and I answer questions and talk about my experiences living out here and all that good stuff. So, you know, if you're out there and you're interested and you like that kind of stuff, you know, I'm going to be on tomorrow. Tonight, I got my podcast every Monday and Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I go live with my friend Tim. Shout out to you. He's out there somewhere. And we do our podcast. You know, we do all kinds of stuff on there, talking about all kinds of things. And it's a lot of fun. And yeah, you know, just basically the same old, you know, just a continuation of the craziness we got here and all that stuff. So, yeah, you know, cream of broccoli. Amputee Adventure says cream of broccoli is his favorite. By the way, he has a channel as well. So he has a channel out here living in Mexico. And, you know, in case you're interested, you guys can check that out as well. We got that. But yeah, I mean, the soup, you know, we wanted to come to a boil at the very least. I wanted to, you know, kind of like cook a little bit, you know what I mean? Just kind of like do its thing, and then we'll be ready to serve it. You know, very easy peasy. And then the cookies, you know, I'm going to give it just a few more minutes, you know, to kind of cool down and all that stuff. And we'll go from there. But yeah, the cookies, you know, they're going to be pretty simple. You already know how we do here with the cookies. You know, I recommend you guys get yourself some sort of scooper to make cookies. Didn't get any? We got Christian out here. You ready for your soup?
Huele quemado.
¿Qué se está quemando? Oh, I think it's this, right? Yeah, it's like it smells like something's burning. Like, uh-oh, what am I burning? Not the soup. Anyways.
Las galletas.
No, the cookies todavía no están. So look, this is here. Dice crutón, ¿viste? Cualquiera, grande o chiquito.
Chiquito.
No está aquí.
Pero así entero, ¿se sirve?
Sí, un pan, yeah. So, yeah, because it's basically like the point to, like, you know, French onion soup is that you have like bread that's so old and crusty and nasty that you got to eat it somehow. So when you kind of put it in here and then you add the soup to it, it softens it up. Because, you know, this bread is still soft, you know what I mean? It's just kind of toasted or whatever, you know, it's still semi-soft. But, you know, the bread I'm talking about that really goes in there is bread that is harder than, I don't even know, like harder than, just hard, you know what I mean? Harder than this. Like, the bread is really this hard, you know, like hard, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard, you know what I mean? So, and I know some people have never seen bread that hard, and probably maybe you've never seen bread that hard, right? So hard that you can knock somebody out with it.
Es algo que no heredamos de Europa.
Yeah. You know, it's like she goes, yeah, we didn't get that from Europe for sure. Yeah, so with that being said, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of bread, you know what I mean? And we cannot get that bread out here for whatever reason. I don't know why. Might be a weather thing. It's just so humid. I don't know. But it's also like the baking kind. It's like the kind of bread that you use. You know what I mean? Like French bread. You know, you can get French bread out here, and it will get to that point. But
Igual, pues lo mejor sí, porque se llena de hongo muy rápido. No hay chance que se ponga duro. Se llena de hongo.
The thing is like the bread that they make here is they use. It's not as dry. It's more moist. It's on the moister end. You know, soft and yummy and good, and I like it. You know, but the like French bread or other crusty breads. You know, basically they have a low moisture, you know, index or whatever. They have very low moisture, and so that's why they get so hard so quickly. and they can knock you out. I mean, it's like a joke, you know. It's like a running joke in French. You know, they can knock you out with a baguette. You know, like a baguette is like a bat. You know what I mean? You can use an old baguette to fucking, you know.
Incluso acá, antes de que se eche a perder el pan, lo reciclan y hacen dulces.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so you know, a lot of times, you know what, hard bread here. But it's funny because she goes, oh, here before it gets hard, they make desserts with it. Well, look, the thing is, like in these other breads, they get hard like the next day. No, it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like it takes a long time to get that hard, like a day, maybe 2 days, and it's already a brick.
Why?
And so, you know, there's many techniques and many recipes out there taking advantage of the bread, you know, that you can use day old, you know, or week old bread. You know, this soup is one of them. There's other, I've seen really, really old recipes where it's just basically bread and water. And this is like disgusting, nasty, you know, whatever. But just they add the water to the bread to moisten it up to the point where you can chew it and eat it, which is crazy. And then, but hey, if you're hungry and starving, that's what you got to do. And then, you got Gizmo down there. But then, you know, there's other recipes that a lot of you guys know of. When you talk about bread pudding, you know, they don't bake bread for the bread pudding. You know, it's day old bread. You know. By the way, if you saw the camera shake, that was Gizmo down there. What do you want, brother? I think I smell something burning. So that must mean there must be something for me. Oh, brother. So yeah, I mean the soup is kind of almost done. You know, again, we're just getting it to boil, cook a little bit. Yeah, it's starting to boil, simmer now. But I want to get the cookies done first, and then once we get the cookies done, ¿quiere probar la sopita un poquito, no?
Espero el...
¿Cómo huele? How does it smell?
Huele rico.
It smells delicious, see? And that's it. And so the cool thing, another really awesome thing about like making something like French onion soup, even if you make a lot and you have a lot left over, you can use it as stock. Only this stock is like crazy flavorful. I mean, come on, you know some recipes out there, some makeshift recipes. They'll be like, oh, add like a package of like French onion soup, you know, the dried stuff, whatever. So you know, again, this is like a what is it? A flavor bomb, you know, basically is a, you know, umami bomb. By the way, I don't know why I hate that word so much, you know what I mean? Like it feels so pretentious. I feel like that word feels like so pretentious, like, you know, like if I say umami, it's like, oh, it's a flavor that nobody can taste, or it's like, you know, or something like that. No, man, you know, that's just, I think that's like Japanese for tasty. Or some shit like that, I don't know. But anyways, all right. So I think we're gonna start working on the cookies. So let me get the oven on. Let me get that bad boy back on. Oh yeah, I gotta get the stick again. I think I'm gonna use a toothpick this time. Where did I put the toothpicks? I got the toothpicks over here. You know, it's a little more dangerous, you know, I'm playing a little more dangerously here. So we got those cookies up in the oven. We got the cookies in the freezer. I want to give them a nice little jolt of cold, you know, while I take my time kind of putting this together here. So you already know the deal. Get yourself a sheet pan, you know, put a little aluminum foil on the bottom so that way it makes cleanup less messy. And they don't really stick. They kind of like, you know, the aluminum foil helps them better, non-stick. Actually, it wasn't aluminum foil. I just completely forgot. It was the wax paper. What I really want is like, hold on a second. Oye, ¿estás ocupado? Puedes ayudarme con lo de la basura. Oye, huele algo feo, ¿verdad? Creo que es la basura, ¿no? Okay, espera. Pero bueno.
Sí, porque hay ese tigón ahí.
Ay.
Aunque lo metí en una bolsita.
No, vamos a botarlo ahí. Sí, porque ahí no vamos a botar más nada. Yeah, we're just discussing the garbage situation.
Ya puedo retirar.
Yeah, go. Thank you. Y mueve ahí, si tiene que mover para salir. Alright, okay, so let's move to the back cam real quick so you guys can see. So, look at that. So now I'm going to leave it uncovered, alright, so I can do its thing. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh man, this soup, I think it's probably one of the best onion soups I've made in a while. For reals. Alright, so just doing its thing back there. Alright, in the meantime, like I said, we got the oven on. We got the oven on right now, so I'm just gonna wait for it to heat up a little bit more, and then once it heats up, oh, I know, I forgot to add the, gotta light the,
¿Ya no huele feo?
gotta light the oven. No. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it started smelling a little off in here, and I was like, oh, the garbage, time to throw out the garbage. It's getting too hot here. It's getting too hot in here. So then it yeah, that's why if you're gonna be like a serial killer or murderer or whatever, it's best to do this in like a cold climate, because if you do it like in a warm climate, you know, you got very little time, you know, once the body starts decomposing and stuff like that. So just like everything else, you know, it's a garbage. Want. So in the cold, I mean, you know, especially in the snow, I mean, that thing would just stay preserved for God knows how long. But yeah. So anyways, sorry, a little off topic there. All right, so yeah, I wanted to. I wanted to see not only that the little oven was working, but I also wanted to get it hot, so that way when I do use it, I'm not putting the soup in there cold, but it's already hot, so that way, you know, it's already gets a head start. You know what I'm saying? You know, preheat the oven. So I'm preheating the little mini oven over there, and we're preheating the oven behind me. In the meantime, I think it's time to get those cookies, you know, ready to go. So let me bring the camera down here so you guys can see. I'm getting those cookies. Get the cookies. So you got the cookie can, you got the onion can. Alright, so like I said, we got the onion soup cam back there. Alright, we got onion soup cam up there. We got cookie cam down here. Alright, so let's start scooping the cookies. The cookies. Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about these cookies, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to, it's funny, because when I was a kid, I used to not like cookies. I used to not like, whatchamacallit, coconuts, but I love them now, so. Okay, yeah, I remember this guy was shaking them a little bit in his hand. And he made these cookies bigger. Like the scoop that he was using was a lot bigger than this one. So, Yeah, I was just thinking, let me wash my hands real quick. I know my hands are clean anyway, but just in case. Always safer than sorry, so wash your hands, guys. So yeah, I mean, I remember when he was baking these, he baked them. I mean, he'll use like a bigger scoop. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna make like try to just scoop out as much, and then do what he did. You know, kind of like make a little ball out of it. Let's all get them the same size here. Okay, just get like a little bit more. So let's see how many cookies this makes, again, depending on what kind of scoop or how big you make them. It's gonna depend. But yeah, this batter already looks pretty fantastic, I'll tell you that. I'm actually really excited. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, rolling them around a little bit, just so they can all kind of be like the same even shape here. But I mean, I'm excited about these cookies because he said that they were soft, like kind of not gooey per se, but just soft cookies. I like soft cookies. I'm not a big hard cookie fan. So I'm excited for these cookies. Shout out to Lucifer out there. Shout out to everyone watching from all parts of the world. Yeah, I know you're probably saying, oh, I hope you're not going to put wax paper in the oven. I've actually used this wax paper multiple times to bake cookies. These cookies are only going to bake for 10 minutes. It's totally fine. It's just a little wax. It's not going to kill you. It's not the end of the day. There's a lot worse things out there, like all these chemicals, that you can do. You don't have to do this. In fact, don't do this. I would use parchment paper, but out here I can't get any parchment paper, so I gotta use with whatever. And I know if I use aluminum foil, I've already used it before. It's gonna bake it even more. You know what I mean? It's just gonna make it. It's not gonna give me a result that I want. So I'll risk eating a little wax. It's not gonna kill me. For anyone out there that eats like things like candy corn or whatever the hell, I'm sure you guys you're eating a lot of wax, or if you guys don't wash your fruits or take the wax off a lot of the fruits that you eat, you're probably eating a lot more wax than whatever wax is gonna come off of this. But yeah, no, I totally agree. I would. This is not my option, not my number one option, but it is what it is. And like I said, these are only gonna bake for like around 10 minutes, so yeah, whatever. So okay, yeah, so let's stick them in the oven. In fact, before I do that, so I can start getting the other cookies ready. But good observation, brother. Good observation there. Yes. All right. So yeah, I just want to get this other paper so I can start at least scooping these guys. In the meantime. But now if for whatever reason, I don't have. This is my last show ever. Now it's because I ate that wax. Not because Hillary, got me waxed or anything like that. I waxed myself, right? Whack, whack, whack. The jokes. There are tons of jokes. So see, there you go. You're saying you never want to preserve the evidence. Going back to the dead body thing that we were talking about earlier. Yeah, again, that's why I would not make a good serial killer. I would make a really shitty killer. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if you really, really want to get away with it, like you said, it's better to do it in a hot climate. But just know that the body's going to decompose, right? A lot faster. So you got to compensate for that. Yeah, I mean, I can't. If anyone can find some parchment paper, that'd be great, But I mean, all I can find out here is wax paper for whatever reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's not the number one option. In fact, I remember when I found out that I was using wax paper like a dumbass instead of parchment paper. I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? And then I started using aluminum foil. I had a little bit of a heart attack, and then I realized, I've already done this a bunch of times. It's not gonna kill me. It's basically just for cookies anyway. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So, it is what it is. Not the end of the world. But yeah, I would like, I need to get me some parchment paper. Oh, I put the timer on. Crap. Well, it's okay. I didn't put the timer on, but... Damn, how long was it? Damn. I hate when you can't. I guess I'm gonna put 6 minutes. How long has it been since I put those in the oven? Anybody? I think I'm gonna go with 6 minutes. Just to be safe. I have no idea how many minutes it's been. So I put 6 minutes. If anyone out there can give me a little bit more of an accurate timer, I think we'll be alright. I don't think it was that long. We got the coconut cookies with the extra wax on it. A little wax flavoring. No, that sound effect was not. See, look, I'm telling you, sound effects. So I'm saying I need my soundboard for my sound effects. Oh, a silicone mat is also pretty good. You're right. I should get me one of those. I'm not a baker. I'm just a cook, a chef more than anything else. But you're right. You're right. I should get me a one of those silicone mats. I think it is time at this point. So next time I'm at the store, I'm gonna see if I can take a look. Good looking out, bro. I appreciate that. Seriously. But I think I should get. Yeah, you're right. I should get me one of those. Forgot those things exist. I'm like old school cook chef, man. I don't even forgot about that shit. Even though I know that silicone stuff's been around for a while, but I mean, I'm still not a fan of silicone either. It's not like I'm jumping up and down for silicone, you know what I mean? To put silicone up in the oven and get that on my, But yeah, at the end of the day, I prefer parchment paper, I guess, right? But whatever. Okay, so we got the cookies, so we got batch number 1 ready. And batch number 1 in the oven, and then we got batch number 2 out there. Wash my hands real quick. So we got the onion soup can. We got the cookie can. We got the invisible chef can. Ew. Alright, so let's check these cookies out real quick. Let's give them a quick little flippity flip. I wonder if it's too hot in here. Yeah, okay, so. Alright, so we got these cookies up in there. Let me make some room down here so I can. Okay, got my little makeshift cookie rack down there. I'm gonna put them down there to cool off once they're done. Yeah, I put a few more minutes on the timer. I looked at the cookies, didn't look like they were, 100% done. It says not recommended for use in the oven. For baking, we suggest parchment paper. Well, you gotta provide me some parchment paper at the store, man. Otherwise, what the fuck am I gonna do? But yeah, it's only for like 10 minutes. I'm not really that concerned. Like I said, I've survived. So yeah, this soup is coming along very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I know the whole silicone thing, but what about those chicks that get like breast implants and then those things leak, or other people that get some sort of other implants with the silicone and then that leaks in you, and that's not good, right? So, I don't know about that, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm not an expert on silicone, I'm not an expert in all that stuff, but, you know. In fact, I don't even know what's in parchment paper. I think parchment paper is just paper, you know, that can resist high heat, but what do I know? I have no idea. You know, I'm not your resident expert on everything here, you know, but we try. So we got the cookie cam, we got the onion soup cam, we got the fat, sweaty chef cam. We're waiting for those cookies to do their thing. And that's it, you know, so I said 10 minutes to cook these cookies, but I don't know if 10 minutes is like too little of a time, but, you know, we're going to go with it. We got a few more minutes left on the timer here. All right, I think they're kind of coming together. Says we got 2 minutes left. Well, we'll check on them in 2 minutes and go from there. So let me read the chat, see where we're at. I wonder if Costco Chedraui Selecto has it. I'll look on my next order. Yeah, man. See if they have it. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they have it somewhere. I just don't know. I look for it wherever I go. Usually Walmart is one of the best places. I like to look for things like that because there's just higher probability of them having it there, you know, because there's people that use it, that, you know, and all that stuff. But yeah. I haven't found it yet. Okay, paper burns at 454 degrees. Okay, so it is paper. So I guess parchment paper just basically is paper. And then, you know, this is just paper with just wax coating on it. So it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's not the worst thing in the world, you know? It's not a big deal. It's not like you're ingesting a huge quantity of wax. This is me, by the way, this is all me just lying to myself so that I can eat these freaking cookies in peace. All right, and not worry about it until I get my hands on some parchment paper. So, just FYI. But yeah, that's why I never got breast implants, you know, because I've always, you know, always scared of having a leak, a breast implant leak, you know. So that's why I just remained with an A cup. Plus, I never got a sugar daddy to, you know, to pay or, you know, buy me a, you know, a breast implant. That's what I need to get. I need to get me a sugar daddy. But yeah, these cookies, man, you know, they look pretty freaking good already. So I can't wait, you know, to taste them a little later. It's gonna be delicious. All right, so I think the timer's off. I think it's been 10 minutes. I'm gonna go with it's been 10 minutes. Because I put 6 minutes, but still, I mean, I don't think it took me 4 minutes. I think so. And then we had a few minutes here and there. All right, so they look kind of done. No, I'm gonna give it 1 more minute. I'm gonna get just 1 more minute. They look really good, though. I'm gonna give them 1 more minute. Yeah, because again, you gotta go. You know how they always say, you know, when you're watching any recipe on baking or anything, they always kind of say, okay, bake it for, you know, this amount of time, this degrees, but you're oven and, you know, your oven and baking time may vary. So it's the same thing. You always got to kind of keep an eye on it. So I was looking at it. I was like, I want a little bit more kind of brown. But again, you know, I got to be very conscious of the fact that, you know, they are going to continue baking, kind of cooking after you take them out. And so we got to just, you know, do that. So I put in a few more minutes. I want to do another... So I put like another 2 minutes, all right? I put 2 more minutes in there, and I think that's fine. So I think I'm going to do 12 minutes, all right, on these cookies here. And I think that's it. So, you know, once I get the cookies out, then we're going to... You know what? Once I get these cookies in, then we're going to start working on the soup. You ready for soup? ¿Estás ready para la sopa? Are you here? No. ¿Te la hago ya o no? Okay. Justification. I burn paper into my lungs all the time. Yeah, I mean, you know. So. But wax is fine, man. You know, if anyone, you know, there's all these fruits that are waxed and all these things that are waxed out there and people just eat it like that, you know, they don't even think about all that. Or when they eat certain candies, you know, like if you eat like candy corn or whatever the hell, you know, like Twizzlers, this is basically just a bunch of wax, isn't it? The fuck, I don't know. But, you know, it is what it is. That's for sure. So, okay, I'm going to go check on the cookies. I think the cookies are, I think they're done now. So, and now we're going to add these guys in there, so. Okay, now they look a lot more. Okay? So look how these guys came out. Look how they look. Alright. So I'm going to put these down here. I got like a little rack. Okay, we're going to get round 2 up in here. Yeah, make it. How many did I get? Bro. Let me just get this on here. Alright, let's stick these guys in the oven. So we're going to be doing 6 minutes. And then 6 minutes, alright? We're going to 6 minutes, flip it around, 6 minutes. So now what we're going to do is start getting that soup ready, alright? Whoa, hot. So, it's very simple. Very, very, very simple, okay? What we're going to do is that we get a bowl. Okay, we get the crouton, the piece of bread that we made earlier. Okay, nice. Again, crouton or just a piece of French bread, any kind of bread that's very, very, very hard. The harder, the better. Why? Why do you want really hard bread in your soup? Well, because that way it'll hold this consistency. Because if you put in there like bread that's soft, you know, like regular bread, it's going to just fall apart in there and it's just going to turn into mush and just kind of like disappear in there. So that's not good. You know, what you want is bread like that. So before I serve it, actually, let me get the cheese out. So in today's, what we're going to do, we're going to use these 2 types of cheese here. All right, let's use this right here. All right, we're going to get this and line it with some aluminum foil so we don't make a mess. All right, we're going to put the soup. All right, let's bring this over here. Okay, we gotta put that in there like that. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is like put some soup in here. All right. Look at that delicious here. Let me give you the. Look at that. So look at how beautiful that looks. You know, just serve it up. Try to avoid getting any bay leaves in there. You don't want any bay leaves up in there. But remember, guys, at the end of the day, this is just soup. It's just water, onion, soup. That's it. Easy peasy, all right? And that's it. And I don't want to fill this all the way too much. Okay? Look at that. What a beautiful thing. All right, so we're going to... All right. Hold on. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to line it up with the camera. There we go. All right, so you guys can see there. Now, next step. Remember, we got the little oven on, all right? So I got the little oven on high. All right, so now step número dos, cheese it up. You're like, you know, you can add as much or as little cheese as you want. Again, the best option really here, more than anything else, is if you can get yourself some Swiss cheese or some like kind of like hearty, salty type cheese. You know, it's okay. But this is great. This is fine. You know, at the end of the day, you just want some melty cheese. Any kind of melty cheese would be great. You know, so don't worry about it, guys. Seriously, this is perfect. And then you add some Parmigiano. This is from the Craft region, okay, of Italy. You know, very fine Parmigiano Reggiano from the Craft region in Philadelphia or wherever the fuck this is. And that's it, guys. You know, look at that. What a beautiful thing, all right? And so now we're gonna go over here real quick. You can see it there. All right, so now we're gonna stick it in the little oven. All right, I'm gonna bring it over here. Uh-oh. Hopefully it's not too high. All right, hold on. Alright, woo! That was close. Alright, we got it. We barely made it in there. We barely made it in. Alright, so now we're going to just let this melt away. Now, you know, by the time it melts, it'll be perfect. Alright, by the time it melts, it'll be perfect. Alright, so we're going to leave that camera over there so you guys can see what's going on. No, look, I'm just looking at myself now. That was a pretty good angle there. That's pretty cool. Alright, funny guy. All right, so again, we're just gonna leave that there, let it do its thing, and then, you know, when we pull it out, it's gonna be a lot easier to pull out because it'll be kind of melted. It was just still kind of like floating up there, but regardless, we got a spoon, all right, that we're gonna use, you know, to kind of like, you saw what we were doing there. Okay, so we got the timer went off on the cookies, so time to get the cookies. Let's see. All right, kind of flip them around. Add 6 more minutes to the timer. Nah. Yeah, I'm hoping for the best results out of this. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully it comes out good in the little oven. Because I know this oven's not gonna work. So I'm praying. You know, please help me out there. Send me some prayers, some positive vibes that it's gonna be okay. It's gonna come out okay. All right. In the meantime, all right, these cookies are still kind of cooking or whatever, but look at this. This is the bottom. All right, let's try one of these out. Oh, man. No way. Oh, really good. Oh, wow. These are super good. Oh. Huh. Waxy. No. Coconutty. No, thank you, Lucifer. Man, those cookies are fucking phenomenal. You definitely gotta make those cookies. Wow. Reading some comments there. Man, that cookie's super good. Holy shit. Wow. So happy I made those. So happy I made them. Wow, they're really good. Holy crap. Alright. So 6, 5, 11. So we made 22 cookies. 22 cookies. We got a few. The cookies are still in the oven there. Alright, it's working, it's melting, it's doing its thing. I'm just hoping that it doesn't kind of burn. Not burn, but like, never mind. Like the plate is too big. That the oven's too small. That's what she said. Oh. I need the special effects for sure. Man, but that wow, that cookie was so good. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm like, you know me. Whenever I try something that's so good, I'm pretty surprised by it. When it sucks, I tell you. But I thought those cookies were just gonna be okay. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought those cookies were gonna be all right. Those cookies were phenomenally good. Very, very, very good. I would highly suggest you guys make those cookies at home. Really good. So, I mean, the soup is done. I'm going to turn off the soup. No need to cook this any further. We're done here. We're now just waiting for the soup to come out of the... waiting for the soup to come out of the little broiler here. And then we're going to have Christian come out here and try them out. I already had the cookie. It was so freaking delicious. You know, definitely Christian will probably try one. But yeah, let me see what's in the chat. We just got a few more minutes. We got the cookies to come out. We're waiting on the cheese to melt. 81 degrees out here. It feels like it's hotter though. It does feel like it is hotter out here. Yeah. But yeah, that soup is gonna be hot like lava. Whoa. Hey-oh. Forgot how much I weigh sometimes. I'm like one of those elephants that thinks he's very nimble until he realizes he's not. In the meantime, you know, let me see, the cheese looks like it's looking good. All right, we're done. Yeah, be careful. It's extra hot. Look at that. Let's bring this bad boy over here. We get those cookies out of the oven. Now, you know what? I think these cookies need a little bit longer. I'm gonna leave the cookies in there for another minute or two. Yum, yum, out. Get that? But look at that. So we got a little burnt. There we go. That's pretty awesome, though. How about that? I was able to broil it. Look at that. Who knew? That little oven. Shout out to Barb out there, for helping, sending us a little donation with that little oven that was going to be thrown out in the garbage, and we managed to save it. So look at that. We got the nice melty cheese. You got the crusty, bread. Now this is a French onion soup. Now we're talking. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna have our official taste tester. All right, she's gonna come out in a few seconds. She's still in the green room getting ready. But we're gonna have our official taste tester come out and try this. Seems like the GoPro has already had enough. GoPro quit. He's like, I'm quit. I'm done. Leave me alone. Oh no, it's still going. No. Look at that. Give you guys a point of view from up here. The soup is ready. Gizmo, no soup for you. No soup for Gizmo. Cookies are done. Let's get those cookies out. Gizmo, what are you doing? Alright, so those cookies are done. Look at that. So let's just take these guys out. I mean, you guys already saw them, alright? I'm going to cool them off so they don't overcook. I don't know, I think...
No se lo vaya a comer.
Yeah, right? I think it's different. I don't know if I want to cook them a little more. No, ¿verdad?
No sé, corta una, a ver qué tal.
No, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Remember, that's like the trick. You know what I mean? You don't want to over.
No.
Let me look at the. Yeah, they're fine. These cookies are done. Okay. Yeah, making cookies is not easy, man. Because if you look at the cookie, all right. So, careful, but it's super hot. Okay, el plato, everything's super hot. No, just be careful. It's just everything's super hot. Te lo quito de aquí.
No, pero no me quiero quemar la lengua. Déjalo así.
¿Seguro?
Sí. No me tengo miedo de quemarme la lengua, o sea, por la sopa.
She's like, oh, I'm scared. She's like, oh, I'm scared. I don't want to burn my tongue. But yeah, when you're baking cookies, there's a fine line between they're done and they're burnt. And you got to take them out when you look at them and they look like they're underdone. Like they're not done. A good indicator is always to kind of like look at the bottom of the cookie and see the bottom of the cookie. And if you got like a nice golden brown kind of color, you're good to go. And then,
yeah, super hot.
Yeah, no worries. Get agua fría. And so yeah, that's where we're at now. So I just took out the cookies, and basically as they sit, they start getting a little bit of the hard shell on the outside, and they start kind of, you know, doing their consistency thingy in the inside, and that's it. Because yeah, I just tried one of those cookies, and my God, so good, so phenomenal. So very happy. And yeah, this is one of my favorite cookie recipes. I'm not gonna lie. I like these cookies better than the chocolate chip by far. So you guys can enjoy yourselves watching Christian eat her soup.
Ahogándome en el queso.
We're watching a little. Get out of here, Gizmo. Watching a little bit of ¿cómo se llama? When mukbang, right? Or French onion soup mukbang. Yeah, I don't get that whole thing of watching people eat. I don't get that. I mean, I like watching people cook. I don't like watching people eat. You know? It's always kind of weird to me. Got Gizmo over here trying to get some. ¿Cómo quedó? ¿Eh? Con la de sal. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't taste it. I didn't check for salt or anything.
¿Está rico?
¿Le falta sal?
No.
No.
Voy por mi teléfono.
Oh, pero está bien? Okay. All right, so yeah, she's on her way to go get her phone because she's having dinner. People have dinner out here very early. It's only 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm gonna wait a little longer to have dinner. But that's basically it, guys. I mean, you already had the cookie. It was super crazy delicious. She's having the soup, right? How do you think? What do you think about the soup? Is it okay or no?
Sí.
Yeah? No, I don't see you as excited as you were yesterday over
O sea,
that
ya
chicken.
quiero comer, pero está muy caliente.
Oh, okay. She's just very frustrated because she wants to eat it, but it's so hot that she can't eat it. Okay, so she's gonna Instagram it, you know, and all that stuff. But yeah, it's really, really good. I mean, I make the soup for her all the time, so it's good. It's good. I just, you know, I need that constant reassurance. No, actually, I just want to make sure it's good because I didn't get to taste it, so I have no idea. It smells good. I mean, here, you're gonna taste it. Let me just taste it. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Very good. It's actually perfect. Okay. Yeah, it's very hot, super hot. I need a little flame torch for the cheese, right? You know, I'm not a big fan of those flame torches, you know? Again, I've used those a million times over, and they serve a purpose, certain purposes, certain things, but it's not necessarily for like melting cheese here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really. But no, I'm not a huge fan. I just, like I said, it's just basically I would rather just get myself the proper oven. But you know, at the end of the day, look at that stretchy cheese. Look at that.
Ah, no, quería hacer video.
No, she thought she was doing a video and it was a picture. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, you know what I mean? This is a crowd favorite. This is a very delicious soup that everybody loves. Again, it's very basic. It's just onions and beef stock and bread. You know, it's very humble, poor people food. This is poor people food, okay? This is like super poor, you know what I mean? Again, there's only like a few ingredients. But yet, it's one of the most delicious combinations out there, as you know. So, all right, guys, I think we're going to end the show here. We're going to end the week here, you know, on a high note, on a positive note, always on a high note. We made some very delicious cookies. I already tried it. You know, I'm not going to bother her with that. She's, you know, busy orgasming here with her food. So let her, you know, do her thing. And that's it. But you already know, guys, you know, we're going to be back next week, you know, Monday through Thursday. 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We start streaming, give or take. Sometimes we start a few minutes late, but 1:30 p.m. Eastern. You can rest assured we'll be here Monday to Thursday cooking up a storm. What are we doing next week? I'm not quite sure. I mean, I already have like somewhat of a menu kind of ready and set. I'm gonna work on it now, and then hopefully in the next day or two I'll have it up so you guys can get ready. Now next week will be the last week. I'm going to be cooking for a little while because I'm going to take a little bit of a vacation. I got family coming to visit and stuff like that. So after next week, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break, just a week or two. I don't know how long they're going to be here. But then after that, we're going to be back and it's going to be nonstop till the end of the year. All right, basically. So, outside of, we got to go out on a trip or what have you. But, the idea is to just keep cooking as much as possible and not stop and just to keep doing it. So, you already know what's up. So I'll see you guys here next week. We're going to have a jam-packed week, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break, just to be with family, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so you already know what's up, guys. If you like this kind of content, you like this kind of, cooking video, cooking live stream, cooking stuff, whatever, you already know what to do. Don't forget to check me out on my website, Jose@diaga.com. It's all down there. You can also check out, you can check me out on Twitch, on Twitter, on D-Live, on Facebook. I'm all over the place. I got a little Facebook group so you guys can gather and join and talk, and I got all kinds of things out there. So, you already know what to do. If you like this kind of content, please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon, but more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching. Hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend, and we'll see you guys on, rest of your weekend. I forgot, it's still Thursday afternoon, but, we start the weekend early out here. So, see you guys on Monday. Thanks again for watching. Bye.
Bye.
See you later.